In a world where success is often measured by speed, and dreams are abandoned when failure knocks too hard, there was one man who proved that greatness doesn't come early. It comes when you refuse to give up. This isn't just the story of fried chicken. This is the story of faith, resilience, and the power of never quitting, no matter how old you are or how many times you've failed. From a small gas station kitchen to a global empire known in every corner of the planet, this is the story of Colonel Harland Sanders, the man who turned rejection into revolution. This is the untold story of KFC. Poultry leg fire. Harland David Sanders was born in 1890 in Henryville, Indiana. Life was never easy for him. When he was just 6 years old, tragedy struck. His father passed away, leaving his mother to care for 3 children. His mother worked long hours, leaving young Harland to cook and take care of his siblings. That's where it all began, his first lessons in the kitchen. The warmth of the stove became his classroom, and the sound of sizzling food became the music of his childhood. But life outside that small kitchen was harsh. He left school after the 6th grade to work full-time and help his family survive. Over the years, he took whatever jobs he could find: a farmer, a streetcar conductor, a railroad fireman, even a lawyer. But none of them lasted. Every door seemed to close before he could even step through it. By the time he was 40, Sanders had already failed more times than most people dare to try. Yet he never let failure define him. Deep down, he believed that one day he would find his way. Eventually, he opened a small service station in Corbin, Kentucky. It wasn't much, but it was his. And while serving fuel to passing travelers, he started something simple: cooking meals for hungry visitors. No big plans, no marketing, just a man, a frying pan, and a dream. His food was different. It had heart. It had soul. His fried chicken, crispy on the outside and tender on the inside, had a flavor no one could forget. Behind that flavor was his secret blend of 11 herbs and spices, a recipe that would one day change the world. Soon, word spread. Travelers came from far away just to taste his chicken. His small gas station became a restaurant, and that restaurant became a symbol of Southern comfort and hospitality. People loved it so much that in 1935, the governor of Kentucky gave him the honorary title of Colonel. For the first time in his life, Harland Sanders felt like he was finally winning. But destiny, as always, had other plans. In the 1950s, the government built a new interstate highway. The new road diverted traffic away from his town, and in just a few months, his once busy restaurant was nearly empty. The business he had spent decades building fell apart. At 65 years old, broke, tired, and unsure of what to do next, most people would have called it the end. But for Colonel Sanders, it was only the beginning. With just his recipe, a few kitchen tools, and a vision, he decided to franchise his chicken idea. He began traveling across the United States, knocking on doors and offering to cook his chicken for restaurant owners. If they liked it, they'd agree to sell it and pay him a small commission for every piece sold. It sounds simple, but it wasn't. He was rejected not once, not 10 times, not 100 times, but more than 1,000 times. Some laughed at him, some threw him out, but every no only made him stronger. He believed that one day, someone would say yes, and that one yes would change everything. Finally, one restaurant in Utah agreed to try his chicken. The customers loved it. It sold out in hours. That one restaurant led to another, and another, until his chicken spread across the country. By 1964, there were more than 600 KFC franchises across the United States and Canada. The man who had been rejected 1,000 times was now a millionaire, not because he got lucky, but because he refused to quit. That same year, Colonel Sanders sold his company for $2 million, a fortune at the time. But he didn't retire. He stayed as the face of the brand, traveling across the world, visiting stores, meeting people, and spreading his message of hard work and belief. He wasn't just selling fried chicken. He was sharing his spirit. The white suit, the black tie, the warm smile. It wasn't just an image. It was a symbol of hope, a reminder that you're never too old to dream, and that failure isn't the opposite of success. It's part of it. When Colonel Sanders passed away in 1980, KFC had become one of the most recognized brands in the world. Today, it has more than 25,000 restaurants in over 140 countries. His recipe is still locked in a vault, and his face still smiles on millions of buckets worldwide. But the true secret recipe isn't just 11 herbs and spices. The real secret is persistence. It's believing in yourself when the world says you're done. It's understanding that age doesn't define your potential and that failure doesn't define your future. Colonel Sanders found success in his 60s, an age when most people stop dreaming. He proved that it's never too late to start and never too soon to try again. So, the next time you feel like quitting, remember the Colonel, a man who was told no 1,000 times, but still kept going until the world said yes. Because success isn't about being the youngest, the smartest, or the fastest. It's about being the one who never gives up. Colonel Sanders didn't just create a brand. He created a legacy of faith, courage, and unshakable determination. And that, my friend, is the real secret recipe behind KFC. Poultry like sparkles. It's never too late to chase your dream. Failure isn't the end. It's just seasoning for success.